You know, your profile gets 20 seconds and only 20 seconds to make a lasting impression. And if you don't make an impression in that time, that's the opportunity gone. Whether you're looking for a job, whether you might have to be looking for a job, or whether you're just considering that it's time for a move, your profile is going to be of vital importance to you. But more than that, your profile on LinkedIn specifically is being checked out by people all the time. Recruiters, hiring managers, they are looking around all the time, going through people's profiles and seeing if they can find the what they're looking for, the profile they're looking for, the experience. And if you're not up to date, and if you haven't put down the detail that is needed, if you're not grabbing attention with it, then you're bypassed and you're overlooked. And it may be that you're not particularly interested at the moment because you don't think you need a job. But that's not quite how it works. Just because you're quite happy where you are today doesn't mean you're going to be quite happy where you are tomorrow. Just because the job you've got is exactly what you want today, you're going to be looking to develop your career longer term. And you should always be making sure that your profile is saying the best about you that it possibly can. That it's talking, it doesn't have to be talking in terms of, I'm looking for a job. It has to be talking in terms of, this is what I deliver, this is what I achieve, this is the difference I make, this is the value that I bring. Your profile then is much more than just a attract another job profile. It's a show me at my best, illustrate the value that I make, talk to people about what I can do and the problems that I solve, and do that on an ongoing basis. And your profile becomes a network builder. It builds up your presence in the market. It gets people to want to connect with you. It gets people to want to share with you. It gets people to want to know more about you. So whether or not you're looking for a job, your profile is vital, and to keep it up to date is vital. Now, if you tie that to your CV is just an extension of your profile. It should be saying the same thing. And you should be keeping it relevant, at least to the point that if things change quickly, you can adapt to that change and you can go out to the market quickly and you can apply where you need to apply for the job that you're looking for. Now, personally, I don't advocate applying directly online for a job. What I do advocate doing is applying directly to the hiring manager, to not for a job, but to see where there might be a mutually beneficial opportunity. And so that is something that you should be doing on a regularish basis anyway, reaching out to people, exploring what the market might have to offer you, and more importantly, what you might have to offer the market. And so your profile, LinkedIn, and your profile, your CV, have got to be in a fit state for you to effectively, what's the word for it? Conduct a regular marketing campaign of you PLC, of the value you bring. Because in doing that, you maintain a presence in the market that has an impact, that makes a difference, that gets you noticed, that makes you influential, that helps you to build a reputation, that helps you to build, charisma. Is that the right word? I'm not sure, but it gets you to build your presence within your domain, within the area that you're working, within the context of what's valuable to you. People will see you for who you are. People will be interested to explore further what you might be able to bring to, whether it's another job or whether it's for a particular type of an opportunity, for for taking part in community events that's relevant, etc., etc. In other words, you build your presence. In other words, you are having an impact. In other words, people are noticing you. And if you do that, if people are noticing you, and if you're reaching out regularly, knocking on the door of potential hiring managers or even peers or people that might potentially be your customers, then you are creating a business environment that is going to see your career go from strength to strength. It will do this. It has to, because you are making an impression and people are noticing you. And when they notice you, they want to know more about you, etc., etc. So your profile is vital in doing this. So what makes a good profile? Let's just explore for a minute LinkedIn for a second. Not your profile so much, just LinkedIn generally. At this point in time, you have pretty much commoditized recruitment. If you look at LinkedIn now, you've got lots of people with green flashes saying that I'm open for work, and lots of people with, I think it's purple flashes, saying I'm open to employing people, and it's just inviting a mishmash of um, applications for this, that, or the other, as it may be. We're getting a commoditized environment, and in that commoditized environment, if you cannot stand out, you will just disappear into the sameness that everybody else is. Hence, we talk about the profile again. Hence, we talk about projecting your presence into the market, which is what you're trying to do. So let's go back to what that profile needs to do. Everybody else out there is pretty much just going with the whole notion of creating a template CV and applying that to LinkedIn in some way, maybe changing it a little bit on LinkedIn, but pretty much you'll see that the profile on LinkedIn will match what people say in their CV, and it is very samey. People are basically putting down the fact that they have certain skills and they've worked in certain companies and they've had a functional job, and they're not that's not going to stand out. It is never going to stand out. The reason why it's not going to stand out is quite simple, because everybody's doing it and it looks the same. If you're doing exactly the same as everybody else, you will appear the same as everybody else. And if it's a pool or a sea of mediocrity, which indeed it generally is, then why is anybody going to notice? So your profile has to stand out. It has to be different. So if you just go the way of going into a template type of a process to create your CV, you're not going to actually, you're not going to stand out in front of anybody. What does it need to do then? It needs to grab attention. It needs to grab the attention of the person that's reading it and get them to want to know more about you. It's got to solve problems, and it's got to solve the problems of the people that you are interested potentially to work for. If you're a sales manager, the problem you're solving is creating environments that are conducive to sales. If you're a project manager, you're about delivery. If you are a solutions engineer, you're creating value solutions. But this isn't about saying I create value solutions. This is about saying that the solutions I create have moved the needle. They have made a difference. They have impacted the market. They have made things happen. They have created value. I have achieved, and I have overachieved, and this has led to real value being delivered both to my customers and to my company. And in doing that, people are going to see that you've had an impact, that you've made the difference, and they're going to want to know more. It's inevitable. Listen to this for a minute. Uh, uh, this is a bit of an extreme one, but a sales VP on 3 separate occasions built a business unit from 0 to 300 million. What that's saying is that this guy achieves every time in a new environment that he goes to. He delivers from 0 to 300 million, is going to grab the attention of any CEO or C, yeah, CRO or whatever, who needs somebody who's going to create a new business unit. It's inevitable, therefore, that this person is going to be of interest to these sorts of people. By saying that he is a constant achiever and demonstrating that he's a constant achiever, he is impacting the market and he's showing the value that he can bring. And this is it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a VP for this. You can be anybody because everybody delivers value. There are only 5 reasons why you're employed. It's either to make money or to save time, to save the business reputation, or to save the business. One of those 5 reasons, those are dominant buying motives, and those are what move the needle, and those are what you should be talking about constantly in your profile. So, how do you do this? Well, you won't be surprised to know that I have a course. Well, I've got a short, a 25-minute workshop that talks about building your profile and building it in an effective manner that is going to make an impact, that is going to help you to stand out in your own environment. This course, or this workshop, is called the Maverick. Create the Maverick profile. Maverick because it's doing things differently, and it's about creating a standout presentation of what you have achieved. So if you follow this link, which is on the screen now and will be in the description for this video, you can access the Maverick profile. And for a small price, it is a chargeable product. It's less than £7. I will show you exactly how to create the profile that makes the difference, that helps you to stand out, that projects you above the crowd, that will get you to be noticed, that will get you to be impactful, or at least demonstrate you're impactful already, but it will demonstrate the impact you've already had, and people will be sitting up and taking notice of the value that you have brought. Create your Maverick profile. It's 25 minutes and it's well worth all the time that you put into doing this. In fact, the more time, the more energy you put into creating a valuable profile, the more it is going to move the needle for you personally in your life and in your career. So this is James Foster, and this is Careers Matter. Follow this link now. It's in the description. Get hold of the Maverick profile for yourself and start to see things move for you.